Okay, now I hope I found a button on the audio, so let's see if that's way too high now, or hopefully a better looking and sounding thing. Now this is not quite accurate for me. Move it over there and I won't have to move so much. Now, let's hope this is a bit better. Let's hope the audio is good. This is me pointing into the microphone. And then this is going to be honesty. Honesty number 2. Because I've done honesty before. This is still a little damp feeling to me. So I don't think it's time to do anything there. Let's give this a little bit of a warm. But it's been sitting here some time, so it should be okay. It should be dry enough. So the next thing to do is to draw honesty on here. Now I'm going to have to put the other light on. I'm sorry about that if that doesn't look right. So that I can see what I'm doing. Right. Because it was just a bit too dark and straining without this light on. I know it's casting a shadow. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can get it a little bit further out and up. See if that makes any diff. A little bit diff. So, last time I did honesty in a sort of almost a stem right in the middle. With an honesty there, there, you know, seed heads here, like that. And gosh, was it stayed. So let's try and do something a bit less, you know, static looking and give us a little bit of a flow or something. So the question is, you can't do too much because it's going to distort the honesty. But, I mean, you could have more than one line. What you want is you want sort of something with a little bit of an angle on it. So you'd have sort of an honesty there. These are just the seed pods I'm thinking about now. And perhaps a slightly larger one there. And perhaps one on there. And perhaps one here. Like that. Maybe. Perhaps another one over here. Something like that. Now that's a nice size, that one. That's a nice size, and I like that it's coming up to that. That needs to be a bit different. So we'll get this in here and change that. I didn't like it looking so small. I would rather it looked a bit bigger. This is not quite the right shape, really. I mean, it's a lovely shape, but it's not suitable for the item. This is a nice shape and size. So we've got some like that, and let's have another one down here. And another one here like I was about to draw, but let's make it a little bit bigger than I was getting there. So I want to go a bit more this way. Doesn't matter if it gets a little smaller there. So now let me stop and think about this, because I mean the idea of this is planning. So I want to plan it. So this is not turning out quite right, is it? Perhaps I should draw the stalk first. Perhaps that would be a better idea. Yeah, and then add extras. I mean, the thing is, I am looking at, well, thinking about, I'm not actually looking at, but I was looking at earlier, Jean Haynes Colour and Light and Watercolour New Edition by Search Press. Because I've got this in here, where this is. Now, she's got this very drippy, quite loose and very drippy thing here. And there's another one with sort of that sort of arrangement, which I was thinking of. But actually, you also, if you're gonna, I mean, these just look like loose seed pods. There doesn't seem to be any connection. So I wonder about the seed pods idea. That's quite a nice arrangement. I mean, if I was to put another one over, maybe over here. Yeah, look, she's got some that are overlapping as well. I like that idea too. So perhaps some overlapping as well. And perhaps one there as well. Which isn't overlapping by all that much, so I'm not so sure. I'd rather have it overlapping a bit more than that. You think? So maybe overlapping a bit more, sort of. Where should we have it? We've got that one like that. Let's have one a bit more like that. That's nice. I like that better. Yeah. That angle isn't quite right. I keep trying to adjust it, don't I? So I'm not impressed with that. That's better. Making it a bit rounder. And perhaps, now we don't want to keep repeating doubles like that. That's too much. But perhaps a little one, just here. It's a sort of oval, this shape. And there are seeds in this, inside these. And there are these little sort of dividery things, which I really don't know what they are. I'm going by her impression here, rather than using my own, because I just threw out a whole load. Oh no! I might have thrown out a load, but I've got some just over here. Just let me get some real ones. There we are. They're looking a bit decrepit because they were sort of behind the window, but there's some real ones. So you can see that some of them are quite broken, but some of them are still in quite good nick. And aren't they? Don't they have a gorgeous sheen on them? I'm thinking to use some silver paint out of one of my paint boxes, which I can't grab at the moment, but that would be an idea. I don't see any seeds in here at all, because of course these have been peeled. My mum would have peeled this particular set, and she would have taken the dark coloured pieces of both sides and removed the seeds. I don't always remove the seeds, but I do rather like to remove the slightly blemished outer casing. Sometimes, not always, not always. So you don't always get a lot of seeds in here. Sometimes you'll only get one. Sometimes you'll only get a couple. But you'll always get these little sort of things. Unless those have been taken off as well. But actually they're so integral to it that it's a little difficult to get those off even if you wanted to. so integral to it. So I want that to be part of the stem. I want it to be facing the other way up. So that will be stem. This will be stem, as is that, and as will this become. Unless of course one has fallen off, in which case that one can become the pointy bit and have that as the stem. So if it's fallen from the arrangement. So I don't like that connection there. Didn't like it before, did I? And I'm not keen on it there. As a continuance. All this. Change that now. So I would like to change the orientation of that completely. Or even get rid of it, you know. Let's see. I mean, they don't all have to connect. They can just be separate pieces like that. There we are. So that's not too bad, is it? Now we've got them all facing sort of this way, except these two. Let's try one facing more this way. Now I don't really want to put it there. That's going to be too heavy in that part of the picture. So let's put one here. Here in between the two, a small one. Actually, I can put a nice little sweep into there. Lovely. And we'll put some little seed pods in there. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, definitely want to try the silver paint. Maybe a silvery honey-coloured paint. Now I'm looking around for the paints. I shall have to go and hunt for those. Because I think I'll just pile them up somewhere with a load of other paint boxes. And this one needs to... This still feels quite damp. I'm going to have to leave this for a while. But we're getting a nicer look, I think. Wondering whether it might be better without that one. Those two. This, you see, this is quite simple. There's really only 4 visible. There are some sort of shapes of some in the background, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the most. See, that's a different arrangement. But I do think that somebody mentioned on a loose watercolour group I recently joined that perhaps lifting paint out of the... I showed them the one I'd done before. Lifting paint out of the seed heads might make them pop more. I dare say they would, but I don't really want to go into that one. I'd rather do another one. So that will show me a sort of progression of, well, ideas and methods of dealing with it, perhaps. We'll see. I think their honesty, Jean Haynes has done honesty in quite a few of her books. So, wait a minute, what's that? There we are, another one. So we've got a slightly different, I think it's slightly different. Look back at the other one. I do think it is different. No, it's exactly the same. But she has emphasised these pieces a bit more here. It is the same arrangement. You've got a 3 there, 2 there, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 there and 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 there and 2 there. And 1 off to the side there. And this one up the top. It is the same one. But she's done a little more to this. So she's using that, but I mean, I said she's using that layout, yeah, but I've seen this done in other books of hers where she has actually done a different arrangement. There's no more in that book, I don't think. Unless I missed it, which I could have done. I don't at the moment have that book here. I think I took them all upstairs anyway, so I don't have the other books here. There's a thicker book, a hardback one, and a couple more of this size, and you know, paperbacky ones. And she has done different arrangements in them. I'm wondering whether I want one there, but I don't think I do, because I robbed one out from there, didn't I? There we are, we'll put just one in the centre there. You can almost see a shadow of where a seed once was. Certainly there you can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. Yep, you can see shadows of where they were. I just love that sheen. So this one I'm going to try to do less darkly, because when I did it before, these were about as dark as the background. In fact, when I painted it, when I first painted these, I did the background first, masked that off with masking fluid, and let that dry. Came back, took the masking fluid off, and went over these with the same colours as I'd been using, but darker. I thought I was wrong, because of course watercolours always dry lighter than they look when you first put them down when the paint is wet. So once it was dry, these Honesty seed heads disappeared into the background because they were pretty much the same value. So that's not something I want to repeat. I think I'll leave that as it is. Some of these I can do less, obviously. In fact, I could sort of do a sort of faint outline of nothing. And we'll see how it turns out. So it's probably all right to do now, but I want to do this live on a live stream, so that because this may never reach anywhere, this recording. I now have to press stop recording and see whether I've got anything that I could upload. I don't know whether it's going to be long enough or too short, or, you know, whatever. We'll see. Okay. Bye-bye for now.